And more than $1 trillion spending bill from the House Republicans. Joining us now, the A-Team Associate Editor, columnist for The Hill, A.B. Stoddard, and Lisa Booth, former NRCC Assistant Press Secretary, Senior Director for the BlackRock Group, a Republican consulting firm. Thank you both for being here. And let me start with you, A.B. The conservatives being fairly quiet. Is this deal a done deal, or is there going to be a conservative backlash and perhaps obstacle to get things done?
Well, this is not a done deal until it's done. You know how interesting things get at these final hours before people are rushing off to the holidays. Right now, there is some brewing rebellion on the Democratic side. I don't know if they're going to get enough Democratic votes to offset the loss of dozens of House conservatives on the House side. Senate conservatives remain quiet as of this hour, but we don't know what they're going to say tomorrow or the next day. You know that they are unhappy. You know that some of them have already been quoted, like Senator Cruz and others, saying that this is really not the time to relent, that if you agree to fund the government and to basically, in essence, allow the president's executive order on immigration to stand, and you don't fight it now, that they'll only lose leverage between now and when new Congress is sworn in January, when the leadership is arguing to them. They'll have more Republicans and bigger sway against the president. So there is, a significant upset. I don't know if it's going to stop the bill, but there's problems on both sides of the aisle right now.
Let me interject and tell our viewers that what you're looking at right now are live pictures of the Rules Committee chaired by Congressman Pete Sessions as they are moving forward with at least the procedure on the legislation. Lisa, I mean, are the conservatives really caught here in a dilemma? And that is, they know what the impact will be and how unfavorably the American public will respond to Republicans who are perceived to be shutting down the federal government.
Well, see, I don't think they are, because I do think this bill is going to move forward. And, I do agree, though, with, conservatives having some concern and there being, and Americans having concern, quite frankly, because, look, the members of Congress are going to have a day to review a 1,600-page bill that, is over $1 trillion. This is the exact reason why Americans hate Congress. But, I think we have to look at why we're here at this current moment. And the reason being is because Democrats failed to pass appropriations bills. If you look at Republicans passed numerous appropriations bills. We debated those bills for almost 90 hours, and we considered 412 amendments.
Lisa, can you visualize the eyes glazing over in our audience as you talk about appropriations of the process? Because it's an unwinnable debate. Because Americans, and I think rightfully, don't want to know all of the nasty details of appropriation and budgeting.
Right, but here's, sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, this is what Republicans should care about. And the fact is, Republicans will have more leverage next Congress, which is what we're doing with technically the Cromnibus. We're moving the DHS funding till February, when we do have a Republican majority, when we do have more power, because we'll have 54 Republicans in the Senate, and we'll have the largest House majority than we've had since the Truman administration, to be able to have some leverage and to fight Obama on this thing. Additionally, it's going to be a lot harder for President Obama to make the argument against this when essentially the majority of the federal government's funded through September.
Yeah, and let's turn to, if we may, the issue at hand here, and that is immigration, the fiat, and what the Republicans, how they're responding here. Americans are absolutely appalled at the handling of the issue of illegal immigration and opposed to the use of fiat by this president. I mean, the number is just about 60% disapprove. A.B., what happens here?
Well, that's why Republicans are under pressure to do something now. And Lisa is right. The Department of Homeland Security, which oversees immigration and customs enforcement, is only funded until February 27th. So at that point, there will be a huge debate where there are more Republican votes in the House and the Senate. over whether or not to fund it going forward after that date and what implications are for the president's new executive order. But there's a lot of disagreement over this because the choice to Republicans right now is shut the government down or fight, and they don't want to shut it down. All
right. Lisa, you get the final 20 seconds. Go for it.
Well, Republicans should fight President Obama's executive action because it's an egregious overreach by the president. It stands in sharp contrast to what he has said, 20 times. So I think Republicans are ready to fight, and we will fight in February, which is when we're going to take up this DHS funding.
We'll see what happens. Thanks for being with us. A.B. Stoddard, Lisa Booth, thank you both.